rabbit hole that, you know.
Yeah, I know. It's fun. I mean, like, we can get out of the rabbit hole.
Yeah, it's like that whole thing of like, we're talking about something we can't solve.
No, it's nothing we can solve, but it is the news of the past couple days.
I mean, yeah, everything else was a slow week. Like, everything was like, this was the focus of everything.
Yeah, it was. And, you know, I was tuned in, man. I was addicted to it. I have to admit, I was all over it. Seriously. For some reason, I was just, you know.
Yeah.
On the money. I think what I was really interested was in all these mail-in ballots. I was like, God damn, he's pulling in 82% of, you know, he's getting like, he kept coming in like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 votes, and Biden just kept pulling in like 82, 85% of the vote. I'm like, well, that's the mail-in ballot for you. You know what I mean? Like, and I found that interesting because that's something kind of wild for PA. You know what I mean? Like, all these mail-ins, you know? So, I mean, like, I don't know. It's just something new. That's all. Newer.
Yeah, I mean, I think PA mishandled it a bit. Like, I think there's going to be problems. Like, they did this whole thing of, like, on the ballot you had to have your signature, but then they said, well, we don't need a signature. Like, it was very confusing at the end. Like, some of the stuff that they were trying to, like, do and not do, and, you know, I don't know. It's a flawed system.
Oh, of course it is. Or I wouldn't have been able to vote. Right. Did you see the speech at all?
Biden's last night?
Yeah.
No.
I thought it was pretty good.
I was watching wrestling.
It's a pretty good speech.
Was it?
Yeah, I was pretty impressed. More so with his, actually, than Kamala's. But,
yeah.
I mean, Kamala's was good. I was listening to it. I was out, but I made it home for Biden's speech. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
He's not a powerful speaker. I mean, anybody will agree with this. That's the one good gift Obama had. I mean, I thought Obama was a good president. But as far as a speaker wise, man, can he work a room?
Oh yeah.
I mean, he was just absolutely magical on the microphone.
I mean that was like, even I would admit, like, I could listen to his speech and just go, maybe he's right. You know,
Mr.
Like, I vehemently disagree with something he's saying, but I'm like, wow, he said it so well. Maybe he's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Obama could really speak. I mean, I'll YouTube interviews and stuff with Obama just to hear him speak.
Yeah.
I started watching that. I don't know if you started watching or not, but have you watched that new Letterman series?
I watched some of it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not bad. The Chappelle one was great.
Yeah, that's the one I have to watch that one.
Oh man. I watched Downey.
Yeah.
I watched like 4 or 5 of them.
Like, one of the things I always liked about Letterman was he was a good interviewer. Like at the end, he became more political than he was at the beginning. Like when he was on like NBC and stuff. Like, but at the end of his career, like he really became very political. But at the beginning, like, and stuff, like, even when he did regular interviews, like, I always say he did a better interview than most of them did.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't as fluffy. It wasn't a Howard Stern interview, but it was still like he usually asked good questions.
It was kind of raw.
Yeah. And I watched that. Like, I watched the one he did with Obama, and, you know, it was a little bit too kiss-assy for my liking, but, you know.
The one with Chappelle's really good.
Yeah, like, I want to watch that one. I want to watch the one with RDJ. It's like one of those things where it's like, I kind of want to watch it, but I pick and choose his subjects. Like, I know he did the one with Kim Kardashian. I'm not going to watch that.
No, I didn't either.
Yeah.
But I watched the one The one with
interest.
Downey is really good.
Yeah.
I like the one with Downey. Yeah, it's pretty good. He pokes the bear a little bit. You know what I mean?
He does.
And I like that. And like this is like
He's not a fluff interview.
No, and like this whole thing with like it's so stripped down.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? Like even more so than his show was. Like there's no suits. He's wearing jeans and a t-shirt.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a stripped down version, but it's just really good. I mean, I just really liked it.
He did one with Howard Stern that was really good.
Oh, I didn't see the Stern one.
Yeah, it's worth going back to watch.
Is it?
Yeah. Because I mean, they were longtime friends.
Yeah.
Like back in the day when Howard was on NBC Radio, the start of his career. Like Letterman was the one who was pulling him on and made him a national sensation.
Right.
So like they go back a long, long time. And so it was interesting to watch like two guys who kind of know each other relatively well sit down and have a raw conversation like that.
Yeah. So it was pretty good.
Yeah. It's worth the watch. I'd recommend it.
Yeah. That's why, I mean, the first one I watched, of course, was with Chappelle, but
yeah,
it was pretty cool, man. So anyway, that's it. Watch Discovery.
Yeah, it was a good episode.
Yeah.
Watch the Paul Lynde Halloween special.
Watch the Paul Lynde Halloween special.
The Paul Lynde, oh my God, that's got Is that the one where Linda Carter's singing the Kiss song?
No, Kiss was on.
Kiss was on? Okay.
Yeah. That was their first appearance on live TV. I think. They did Detroit Rock City, I think.
Yeah.
As memory serves.
Yeah.
So that was interesting. Trying to think. It was goofy.
It's Paul Lynde. I expect nothing less.
Yeah. Some parts are good. Some parts are like, yeah. But I found it interesting that what's her name was on there. What's her name? She played the Wicked Witch in The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know. I can't remember her name, but I know who you're talking about.
Right.
She appeared on Mr. Rogers once.
Yeah. Yes. So she was in this Halloween special, and but like Paul Lynde ended up going into a haunted house or something.
Yeah.
And ended up being but ended up going into a haunted house, and then he knocked at the door, and then the Wicked Witch is there, and frickin' Witchy Poo from fucking HR Puff and stuff is there.
Oh, that's the best.
It's the two of them,
Yeah.
And so it was just like banter between Paul Lynde and those two, and it was fucking funny, man. And I think the witches introduced Kiss, I swear.
Yeah.
Mrs. Brady was there, I forget her name. And there's a couple other people there, but it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I didn't see Linda Hamilton, man.
Not Linda Hamilton, Linda Carter.
Oh yeah, Linda Carter. I mean, I didn't see her.
Maybe she was in another special. I remember there was like this. I could have swore it was Paul Lynde, and like it's like she comes down out of this spider web.
Yeah.
Like lit up like spider web, and she comes like down from it, and she does "I Was Made for Loving You" or something. I can't remember.
Really?
Yeah, it's like this like tight like Spider Woman costume and shit. Like let me see if I can look it up real quick.
Man.
It was like one of those like oddball things from like the 70s where you're like, what the fuck? Yeah, it's Linda Carter dancing with Kiss. Oh, fuck. No, that's not.
Here come the jesters.
That's Bad Company.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, like she comes out of this like spider web. It's got the Kiss logo in it and shit. And I could have swore they were like, I was made for loving you. It was like,
when this community hurts,
oh,
when it
come
reaches
on.
out his hand, we pull it to his feet. When the community calls, we respond. Chicago Wednesday returns on NBC.
Oh yeah. Hey, that's the costume.
Yeah, I got it on my phone too.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I mean, when we were young, Linda Carter was it, dude.
Oh, she still is.
Yeah. Isn't that weird?
Ah. She's still looking fine.
Gene Simmons will do absolutely anything for money.
Oh yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Wearing boas. I wonder if he tried to hook up with her.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
I wonder if he did.
Simmons. Oh. So, Linda, have you seen my tongue?
Linda's taller than anybody in Kiss.
Oh, there's not a doubt in my mind about that, too. That's why she's Wonder Woman.
It's terrible. Anyway, I can't even watch it anymore. It's awful.
What was I watching? It was wrestling. It was Chris Jericho. It was like a tribute to Chris Jericho, like for 30 years in wrestling. And they like all these like celebrities like wishing him well, and they had Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley. And,
Really?
Yeah. And it was like Paul Stanley looked like he was wearing a fucking wig.
He's
like
old.
his hair looked that bad.
Yeah.
Like they both look old at this point, but like it was like he's like dyed his hair so much it just looked like hay sitting on his head.
Right.
Like somebody bought him like a Paul Stanley Halloween wig to wear, you know. And Gene's the same way. Like his hair, he had it like pulled back, but it was like poofed. I was like, good Lord, man! Like, just admit that you're old.
I know, but God, he made so much money.
I know, I get it, but like at a certain point, you just got to say like, fuck.
Yeah.
You
I mean,
know?
I don't know what their net. I don't know what their. I always compared him to like Ozzy Rich, but I don't know if he's that rich.
Yeah, he is. Like Gene Simmons has done such a great job of branding Kiss. Like to the point, like the other guy, like other than Paul Stanley, who I honestly believe is just more than happy to suckle with Gene's teat. Like,
yeah,
you know, Gene Simmons is like done everything he can to ensure that he gets every penny he can from Kiss fanatics.
Yeah.
Like, cause I think he alone owns the name.
Right.
And that's like why like Peter, Chris, and those guys are like get pissed because it's like all the money goes to him, and then he doles it out as he sees fit.
Right.
You know. So I mean, yeah. Like Nancy's brother-in-law is going to get buried in a Kiss coffin.
Wow.
Like he's going to be buried. Like this is the weird thing. Like, he's going to be buried in the National Cemetery as a veteran.
Who?
Nancy's brother-in-law, John.
Oh, okay.
Because he served like X amount of years in the